Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the Spaniard keeping it tight, and I'm broadcasting live from Red Zone to Green Zone and everywhere in between. As promised, we have a special show today. We have a representative who is running for U.S. Congress, and she's also a Latina. So this is going to be a really special show for me. This is not normally my lane, all right? I don't normally do politics. That's usually Ogre's lane. But I'm doing a humanistic side. So we're going to learn a little bit more behind the scenes of who's running for office. And today we have Representative Candelaria Reardon. Welcome to the show, Representative.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Didn't mean to interrupt you there. I'm excited to be here. I love this concept of humanization of candidates. I think oftentimes we don't really understand them as people, and and the struggles that they have. Everybody has struggles, and it must, the face that we have to put out into the public all the time is one of strength and one of happiness. And so that's not real life. Everybody has struggles.
Exactly. Which brings me to my first question. Representative, humans are a difficult species to deal with. Why would you want to lead people? Why politics?
Well, so I grew up in a family of community activists. My mother and father were always engaged in their community and in making their community better. And they connected very early for us through their actions. In the 60s, they were engaged in the war on poverty and helped build Resurrection City, a shanty town across the street from the White House that was built to bring light to people living in poverty. In the 70s, they fought with, the United Farm Workers, and, the Great Boycott was enforced in our household. And, the Equal Rights Amendment, they fought very hard for the Equal Rights Amendment in the 80s and 90s. It was the dumping of foreign steel. And, our dinner table, there was a lot of political discourse. And so very early for us, they connected the policies that govern us and the effect that they have on our communities. And so for me, that, really resonated in that, we see the effects of these policies, yet if we don't take action to change them, that's really what resonated with me and why I've sought, public service as my career. It's something that's important to me. There wasn't an expectation for us to be in politics, but there was an expectation for us to understand the world around us and leave it better than we found it.
Beautiful. Now, you touched on something here very key. You said family. I'm going to turn this next question over to Preacher, which talks about family.
Yes. Good morning, Representative. So in our chats that we've been having, you mentioned that you've been married for 26 years.
Well, what? I misspoke. We've been together that long. We have only been married for 22.
Wow, that's still good. That's still great.
It's still amazing. That's still a wonderful testament to the wonders and just the promise of life. And I'm just wondering, what's your secret to a good marriage, a good, healthy marriage?
I think that you really have to understand that when you get married, if your commitment is truly to be for life, and I made that commitment, I made that promise to myself, my husband, and my community, and my God when I got married. And so I think that you have to understand that it's not, that's the wedding and the beautiful things when you're going to get married. All of those things go by the wayside. You have to understand that it actually takes work to make a relationship work. You have to be able to communicate. It is not an easy task to juggle all of the things in our lives plus our marriage. And you have to really make sure that that relationship is at the forefront of your life and it doesn't go in second place or third place. Because, I've had adversity in my career. In 2014, I lost my election. I had spent 4 terms in the General Assembly, and when Indiana had the lowest voter turnout in the nation, I lost my race. And that was a devastating thing, right? But who is there when all the noise and all the attention and all of the other peripheral things in your life whether it's, it was my job. So it was just like I lost my job, right? And who's there to pick up the pieces for you but your family? And so you really have to guard that relationship. I think we've made it very clear to our kids as well that, we love them, but through our actions, we've shown them that our relationship is important and it doesn't come before our children. I think, we're very child-centric in this world. And I think that the best thing that we can show our children is how hard we work at staying together, how hard we work at, finding joy together, comforting each other in sorrow. Those are the things that make a relationship stick and be real. Work.
That's it. The four-letter word that nobody likes to talk about. Yeah, that four-letter word, work. Exactly. Which brings me to my next question. Work, right? Work at both, leading others, leading a family. What do you do to unwind?
My favorite thing. So my brother was diagnosed with throat cancer 6 years ago. And one of the things that he discovered for his healing process was yoga and meditation. Right. And he was also married to a massage therapist. And so combined those things, massage, meditation, and yoga are the things that he found very healing. And as my older brother, he always wanted to share those things, with our family and the things that had been, so important to his healing process. And, as a little sister, I was always like, oh yeah, whatever, my brother always thinks he knows everything, right? And so I gave it a shot. 2 years, well, it'll be 3 years in June that I've been doing yoga, and it's been transformational for my life. That, that ability to learn how to be inward and not focus outward on the universe, and to be always able to only control the things that you can control, and to be able to let go. It gives you peace. It feeds your soul, and it's been life-changing for me. I love it. I crave it. And when, this campaign has taken me away from my normal routine of going it every single day. And so I go when I can. And certainly this pandemic has been challenging too, but they're doing a lot of, they own a business called Shanti Wellness. My brother was such a yoga enthusiast. He and his wife opened a business called Shanti Wellness. And Shanti offers yoga, meditation, and massage. And it's been life-changing for me. They have, those three things are what I do to deal with the stress in my life.
Excellent.
Yoga, meditation, and massage.
Really cool. Yeah, very nice. Now, this is in case you guys are just joining us, we have Representative Mara Candlearia Reardon joining us today. And we're kind of getting the humanistic side behind the people running for office. Now, Representative, this is one of my favorite questions that I like to ask people. I don't know, because it strikes home with me. So I'm going to lay it on you here, this one.
Okay.
What keeps you up at night?
Oh.
See, I told you.
I think right now everything is campaign related, and all the things, all the noise that I have to keep out. And I think that, one of the things I feel that oftentimes is, lost in an election and is that, I wish that people knew how important it is for me, this role that I've taken on of public service. And it's very difficult to communicate that in mail pieces or in a commercial, on video commercials and things. This is something that I'm passionate about. It's something I've dedicated my career to, is serving the public and being impactful in my community. And I think it, keeps me up at night sometimes, the fact, this campaign and the example I think that it sets for my children and what their future holds, and all of those hopes and dreams that I have. I feel like all of these things are tied into this race, and it sort of keeps me up at night. And what are the implications for their, futures, or what are they going to think, or what are they going to feel? And, should we win? Should we lose? what kind of, example am I going to be on either end of those things? Those are all things that just ruminate in my mind at night, and I try to turn them off. I try to meditate. I try to, I've been playing ocean sounds, which I love. Takes me to back to my Puerto Rican roots.
Yeah, right on.
So, I mean, there's a lot that keeps me up, and, it keeps me up at night to think of the federal government and its, and the things that need to change in the federal government. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me how unprepared to lead this president has been. And I don't want to get too political. I know this isn't about that, but it worries me for our country. It worries me for my children, all of those things. And that, if I could just get in the fight, I could be impactful. I know I can. And so those are the things that keep me up at night.
Excellent. Wonderful answer. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. We have one last question here for you. And I'm going to head this over to Preacher. Here at Black Sheep Bravo, we're considered an entertainment company, and we love movies. So this last question here, I'm going to send this over to Preacher for this last question, kind of movie related.
So one question we love asking people when they're on here is, Universal Studios has decided to do a picture on your life, your run, everything that you've been so far. Who are they casting to play you in your biography movie?
No pressure now. No pressure.
I know. I love the strength of Rosario Dawson. I think she's amazing. I mean, she's a lot taller than me, so but I would definitely like a Latina actress for sure. Yeah, I think oftentimes, we don't. We don't consider that. And, I think it has to be somebody who's got some acting chops. I really do love Rosario Dawson.
Very cool. Yeah, I could see that. Very cool. All right. I'll get on the horn with Hollywood here. In fact, Preacher, why don't you go ahead and get the call going? Let's see if we can get that rolling here for her. Yes, very cool. All right. And then lastly, when we do our shows, we always like to end it with final thought. Now, final thought is anything you would like to say to let our listeners know, your followers, and whoever's out there that's listening, a lasting, memorable message that you want people to know however you want. It could be a public service announcement. It could be a shout out, whatever you'd like. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had Representative Mara Candlearia Reardon on today. Final thought.
Well, my final thought is that no matter who you vote for, it's important for you to be engaged in the process, because when you don't vote, you allow other people to make decisions for you. And I can't tell you how important it is to vote. People died for the right that oftentimes others cast aside. So I'm just imploring people to vote, however you're going to vote, but please vote.
And there you go. And just so that we know, because we like to be informational, in Indiana, when is voting day?
So the primary is June 2nd, but you may request absentee ballots. Because of the pandemic, they have allowed absentee ballots to be requested without an excuse. So no excuse voting absentee. You can do it at my website. You can download the ballot, Mara for Indiana, the ballot request. Because Indiana, because we have a closed primary, you have to apply for the ballot, because you have to declare on your ballot if you're going to be voting Democrat or Republican so that they can send you the correct ballot. Nice. So okay. The first step is requesting the ballot, and you can do that at maraforindiana.com and download an application. You can also do it online at the Indiana Election Division, and then you can then they will send you a ballot, and you can mail it back, and you have voted. Or you can vote in person on June 2nd.
There you go. Sounds simple enough, right? Sounds simple enough.
Absolutely.
We can do this. Let's do this. So get out there.
If we make an effort to vote for Dancing with the Stars, I think we can vote for the people that are going to govern our lives.
Exactly. American Idol, everything, you name it. Yeah, if people could vote that way, we could do. Let's make this happen. Absolutely. We got to make it happen.
Thank you so much for what you guys do, and trying to put a human face and do a little entertainment, have a little entertainment value today. I really appreciate it. I think that, it's important to put a positive message out there, and I think you guys have done a great job.
Well, thank you so much. You just made my day. You made me smile. Well, there you have it, folks. See, we're not always about piss and vinegar all the time. You know, we actually have some nice, friendly people, and hopefully we made you smile today. Hey, so don't forget, we got the Friday Night Roundtable tonight, so don't forget to tune into that as well. And yeah, you don't forget to catch me on WJOB for Veterans Views at 9 a.m. this morning. So on behalf of the rest of the crew, thank you so much, and have a great day. Take care. Spaniard out.